Hey guys, I'm FatBuddyCat, and today we're going to try to do something easy, or so they say. Today I'm just going to be after this flimsy throttle. What's going on here is the cable is too long inside, okay? This wasn't really for this bike, it was just something I had sitting around. So, let's see if we can't tune that up. This might look familiar to some of you, but it took me about 2 weeks to get these, but well worth it. This is the same setup that I have on the Mega Moto 212 Pro. So, should be pretty straightforward. The only difference is we have that EC Carburetors WC-22 Wildcat carburetor on there. Let's hook this thing up. It looks like for the stock throttle, I'm just going to need a Phillips screwdriver. Get that off of there and get the grip off the left side. It's already loose. Sweet. Okay, I have my throttle cable loose. Everything off on the bars. Now we have to go to the smart end down here and take this cover off, and we'll pull the slide out of the carburetor. And there is a spring inside of here. And every time I take them off, it's like a ticking time bomb. And I know it's no big deal. It's not like some heavy work, but you know what I mean. You know it's coming. Oh, there it is. Alright. Everything should just come right up and out. I'm going to get two hands on this. Be careful not to bend anything. Now that I have that whole apparatus out, I'm just going to compress the spring so that the cable comes down, and I'll slide it right out of there. See what I mean? I compress the spring a little, grab the end, and then just feed it back up and through, and we're off. There's that spring that fell. Here's the end of our cable. I'm now going to remove the cap, this little rubber piece. I'll pull my cable out. Okay, I have my new cable sitting on my seat. Here's our new end. I have my cap and my cover, my needle and my spring. I'm going to do everything in reverse and get it back in there. Since I'm not running the faux gas tank with those metal frames, this is where those would bolt on. That's where I'm going to feed my cable through. Alright? That'll keep it nice and safe and out of the way. And it comes right down at a perfect angle over the carburetor. Don't forget that little rubber sleeve, and then your cap. Next is going to be the spring. You're going to have to compress it and get a hold of the end. Get a firm grip on it. Something like that. And then you're going to feed it into that open notch that goes alongside the slide. Upside down. Okay, and once your spring is decompressed and everything's in there, your cable is now under tension. Feed your assembly back down into your carburetor. Careful not to ming up your needle at all. Now we gently stick everything down inside, and we're going to twist our cap on. Nice. Next, we have our cable. We're going to put on our thumb throttle. First thing I do on the thumb throttle, remove that limiter screw. Get that right out of the sitch. Next thing I do is loosen up this bolt right here, okay? I bring it over to the handlebars. If it slides on okay, alright, this one's fine. If they're ever too tight, I take a flathead screwdriver and I just pry it apart very gently, just enough to start working it on. Now we're going to take off the cover. I'm just going to go right along the frame, out the front, and right up. Keep it direct. And then I'm going to attach my end to the mechanical part inside. Alright, now that everything checks out here, I'm going to put my cover back on. And obviously with the thumb throttle grips, it doesn't matter. They're both the same size, same thing. I'm going to put my left side on first. And if I recall, brute force and a little bit of twist action. This one has knurling on it. Okay, and with the throttle side on the Pro Taper bars, they are smooth. So we're going to go ahead and slide this on. Don't use soap and water. These spider grips are airtight. When you push them on, you'll feel an air pocket. They usually go on fairly easy once you get the air behind them. I'm like pushing with my thumb. Almost on there, but I think you get the point. Here's the action. Put your palm over it like this, and then you push it on. There. Give it a little twist. Just about it. Alright, once you got your spider grips on, guys, these things don't come off or move very easily. The best way to get them off is with an air compressor and a chuck. Get up under the edge, release your air, and just work it back. It kind of fills up like a diaphragm. But our next step is going to be tightening down our thumb throttle. So we'll get it to where it's comfortable. Tighten that bolt. Alright, next thing, give your handlebars a twist side to side. Make sure your throttle cable isn't catching on anything or moving much. Alright, now back here, to ensure that my cable doesn't pull up and through and accidentally open the throttle on me, I'm going to let it come back like this here, and I'm going to attach a zip tie right about here. Okay, we give it another turn and we make sure that we're not disrupting this end of the cable. That's very important. Okay, put one more zip tie up here in front of my pad. Give it a twist. Now I'll go back, pull them tight, cut my ends off. Little tip, something I learned back in the day. If you're going to go into the woods with something or do any kind of off-road, double up on your zip ties. In all likelihood, one will break, not both. And you can put a little bit of insurance on that too. What you do is you leave one of them just a little bit loose. Alright? That way if that one breaks, you can tighten that one. There's not too much tension on it. Alright. Boy, that feels really good. Now for the fun part. You get to test it. How'd that get there? Anyways, guys, quick review. One of my favorite mods so far. I wish I had done this a long time ago, even with the governorless throttle. These grips are amazing. I love them on my 212R, so we're gonna love them on this too. Great action, very, very responsive, and we were getting full throttle rips like nothing. So, thumbs up. That's a success. They do make better units, okay? These ones are like $24 or something with the cable, less than 30 bucks. I'll go ahead and keep another one on my shelf. Plus you get the cable, and like you saw, there's no cutting or anything strange involved. Straight to the point. Well, that's going to be all for tonight, guys. As always, it's a work in progress. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.